Alright, studios, you guys can take the month off. The fans got this. So the Spirit of Haddonfield tells the story of a seemingly random girl who encounters Michael Myers. What's up, guys? Bringing you another review for a horror fan film. Now, before Never Hike Alone, I never really even bothered with fan films. Maybe that's my own ignorance. I need to kind of go back and see if there's some other gems out there. But I feel like Never Hike Alone really broke open the mold and kind of kicked the door open for not only my enjoyment of fan films, but a lot of us, just our awareness of how many great filmmakers there are out there that can do what a lot of major studios have stumbled with time and time again. And I'm happy to tell you that The Spirit of Haddonfield, a Halloween non-for-profit fan film that's dropping on YouTube for free on October 1st, so this Monday, is another example of that. This fan film is written and directed by Rene Rivas. I've been talking with Rene a little bit over the past, I'd say, month or so, and he was cool enough to give me the chance to check out this fan film early, so I watched it about a week and a half ago. Had some technical difficulties, otherwise I would have already recorded this review, but happy to bring you guys my thoughts on this so close to his release date, so hopefully all of you will immediately after watching this video either go and subscribe to his channel, or if you're seeing this a couple days in the future, you immediately go over and watch this awesome fan film, because The Spirit of Haddonfield, if you are a Halloween fan, this is a love letter to you. So right away, the things that I love the most about The Spirit of Haddonfield and what Rene did with this is the shots, the camera work, the cinematography. This little fan film really makes it feel like autumn. It makes it feel like Halloween has already started, just from the still shots of this suburban neighborhood. And you can barely even tell if it's a shot or if it's a still image until you see the trees just kind of slowly move in the wind, which again just makes it feel like autumn for me. But I really love the way that he just kind of paints the picture of October. You know, he paints the picture of fall, he paints the picture of just the spirit of Halloween in just these still images, just these still shots, these wide shots that not only really start this film with kind of having that feeling of a Halloween film, but also kind of being a very big callback to what John Carpenter brought in that original 1978 film with all these wide shots and kind of showing the stillness of these suburban neighborhoods in a time when people usually would be walking around and doing everything, but when Michael Myers is walking around, seemingly the world just kind of goes quiet and everything just goes still. And it's almost like the season itself is painting the picture of this impending doom coming, with Michael Myers being just down the street. And with that being said, another gigantic praise I can give to this, which is another gigantic love letter for all of us Halloween fans, is that you can really tell that Rene loves the original John Carpenter Halloween, and this is the one that he's trying to really paint the most love towards in this fan film, is that original film. The way that the camera moved, the way that they showed Myers, the way that they didn't show Myers. It's so much of an homage, a recreation, and just kind of paying respect and love to what John Carpenter brought to this franchise whenever he created it unknowingly, and then just kind of bringing a sense of that back, while at the same time kind of making the same statement that I felt that Never Hike Alone was making to all these big studios that just don't seem to get it. Rene is showing you that with the little bit of money that he had, with the little bit of resources that he had, but a lot of love and tender love and care going into this, you can recreate the magic of what these classic films have. And you can do it with just these simple, subtle techniques that he uses by just moving the camera a certain way. Immediately makes you feel like this is born right out of the 1978 Halloween, and that is a huge praise. And once Michael Myers does show up in this fan film, I gotta give praise to Vincent DiSanti. This is the guy that did Never Hike Alone, and he also played Jason in Never Hike Alone. Vincent, you're getting a little bit selfish here, playing all these damn horror icons. If I see you with a fedora hat and burn makeup, I'm gonna start getting extremely jealous. But seriously, Vincent does a great job at playing Michael Myers. If you were a real big fan of Halloween and you've really watched these movies numerous times, everybody has their certain picks of favorite portrayals of Myers, but there's certain aspects to the portrayal of Myers, like the walk, the way that he kind of moves with the wind, the way that he holds a knife, the way that he swings a knife, the way that he kind of pivots himself. Subtle little things that seems like they wouldn't really be that hard to recreate, or they wouldn't be something that you could really key into and criticize if somebody does it wrong. It's something that Halloween fans immediately will dial into. And Vincent does a great job at having a good portrayal of Myers and kind of keying himself into all those little subtle details about how Michael Myers should move, how he should look, how he should behave. It's awesome. And going back to the camera work, the way that Rene kind of sets up certain shots around Michael Myers does aid in that a lot as well, because there are certain ways that you need to film Michael Myers, like with the famous kind of over the shoulder behind shot whenever he's kind of keying in on somebody and he's getting ready to stalk them, or even kind of seeing him in the background, kind of like he's in the shadows, because one of the more important things about Michael Myers, he's not really like an in-your-face slasher. He always is kind of in the shadows. You never really know where Michael Myers is. Is he here? Did he leave? Is he behind me? Is he in the closet? And he does a great job at kind of recreating that mystery and that tension about where the fuck is this dude at? And without getting into any detail whatsoever, because I do want to keep this review extremely spoiler-free, this is a 20-minute fan film, so I don't want to give you all the little goodies and tasty nuggets that Rene has in store for you in those 20 minutes in my little review. I'll just say that there is a lot of direct nods, there's a lot of recreations of certain things about certain Halloween films, the way that it kind of fits into the timeline of a certain timeline in the Halloween films. Trying to be nondescript as possible, but all you Halloween fans probably know exactly what I'm talking about when I say timelines. There's all these little things that uncover themselves throughout this fan film that if you're a fan of the whole franchise as a whole, and you've been long-standing with the Halloween franchise for any number of years, there's going to be a lot of little things that's going to bring a smile to your face. It's going to make you think, oh, that's from that, and oh, he's paying tribute to that, and oh man, that's awesome, I remember that from this film. It's going to be a lot of fun to kind of uncover all these little things that Rene has in store for you. So if you're a Halloween fan, be prepared for that. And finally, I got to give some cues to the music score, because he does a great job of bringing that classic Halloween score and using certain cues from that in the right spots, which always, if you utilize correctly, always ups the tension, always ups the anticipation of Michael's arrival. After he is there, it kind of ups the tension of what he's about to do. Is he going to follow this person? And just if you utilize the Halloween score well, it is a huge bullet in your director gun, if you will, and that is something that Rene Rivas does a great job with as well, is utilizing that Halloween score, tinkering with it a little bit, giving it a little bit unique sound, but just having that classic Halloween score appeal that this franchise is known for. Honestly, I don't really have any negatives. I think that the lead actress, there's a couple of moments where her performance might feel a little bit like it does belong in a fan film. I don't really want that to sound too much like a negative, because you kind of know what to expect whenever you get into kind of these lower budget fan films, and you're not expecting somebody like with this Oscar-worthy performance that Michael Myers is chasing them around, but there's just a couple of moments here and there. But overall, I will say that when you have a lead actress where the whole fan film is basically surrounding on her interacting with nothing, it's just her and Michael Myers stalking her in this film. It's not like she has this cast to interact with or anybody to play off of. She kind of has the whole movie weighted on her shoulders. She does a really good job with all of that in mind, with the certain direction that things go in the third act of this 20-minute fan film especially. She does really good. Just a couple of moments of dialogue here and there. But honestly, if I'm being honest, that's just me reaching for anything to critique about this. Overall, I had nothing that was really negative about my experience with this, and there's not really anything that I can overall say, well, watch out for that part, because that's something that could be improved. The Spirit of Haddonfield does a damn good job for what it is. It's this free to watch 20-minute fan film that is a love letter to the franchise, a love letter to John Carpenter's original film, and a love letter to all of you Halloween fans. So guys, I'm going to post a link down in the video description below for Rene's YouTube channel. This is where this film is going to debut on October 1st, which, as of the recording of this video, is just a couple of days away. By the time it uploads, it might even be just a day away. So I'm going to post the link down here. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel so when this thing drops, you can go and check it out immediately. But if you're watching this video in the future, I will have posted the link to the video by the time that it links, so that might also be in the video description when you're watching this. But overall, what I'm saying is get your ass over there and watch The Spirit of Haddonfield. Do not disappoint me. And a huge thanks to Rene for not only the cool conversation involving like how your inspiration came for this movie and everything like that. It was something that was cool to kind of hear about before and after watching this fan film and seeing where a lot of your love for this franchise comes from and where you kind of wanted to take this film and possibly where you'll take it in the future. Also guys, what better time than to make sure to remind you all that my Halloween franchise review is coming very soon. I'm highly debating on taking the next week or so and working very hard on getting a lot of these videos done, edited, completed, and put into my hard drive so that possibly leading up to October 19th when this new film will drop, I can just drop one review a day leading up to it. Like 10 reviews, I believe there's 10 movies, like 10 reviews in 10 days versus how I normally do it where I'll do a review, I'll wait a week or so, do a review, maybe do one in a couple of days. I think it might be cool to just have like this huge marathon of Cody Leach reviews. So if you like that idea, let me know down below. If you think that's a terrible idea, be sure to let me know down below too, because I'm still on the fence about it. I might just go ahead and drop my Halloween review here in a couple of days and just space them out a little bit, but I might try to do something different and have that marathon going. So keep your eyes out for my Halloween review. I'm gonna try to stick a couple other movies that I like watching in October, maybe a review of them as well. But overall, guys, big anticipation for me and from a lot of you in your comments for this Halloween review series. So stay tuned and check out The Spirit of Haddonfield.